What's going on, guys? Shroback here with episode 37 of 6v6 Singles Spectacular versus Shnook. I hope I'm saying that right. It's Anthony. I know him from Twitter. Really good friend here. Me and him actually did 3 battles. So the next 3 episodes of 6v6 Singles Spectacular, or I will make this episode 37 a 3-part series, because we actually did 3 like UU battles. And like I think we had, well, the first battles was an UU, and then the next 2 were mixed here, and all 3 were great battles. Just some kind of Twitter guy turned friend turned rival. Look forward to battling him like as always, and me and him, we're gonna keep going at him. You might see more battles from this guy. So gets a sticky web open. I also had sticky web going, and so we both had the same thing. I could have gone for anything. I was thinking of just killing this thing. That's what I ended up doing. Went for a flare blitz, and that's what ended up happening there, which was really good. So I was up a Pokemon, but he had the sticky web out. So if I was going to get the sticky web out, I would have had to, work my way around it. So brings in the Blastoise. He makes a weird call on switching out. Goes into Florges, kind of trying to fake me out, which kind of worked because I went for a U-turn, which turned out to not really do all that much damage to a Florges, because Florges, man, those things are tanky. And this Pokemon, I saw in all 3 of my battles, and man, not not one of my favorites. Florges, man, that thing is too much. So I bring out Donphan, just try to set up some stealth rocks. The sticky web doesn't really matter. He tries to toxic stall me out, so that kind of started happening. So that started to suck. So I am badly poisoned, and all I can do for my Tank V2 here is just go for a little rapid spin, get rid of the sticky web, and I can step the stealth rocks later. I also had I had my own form of an entry hazard, so that kind of worked. So it goes for the wish here, just predicting any kind of damage. Kind of didn't matter because I still went for the stealth rocks there. So right now everything's sitting about even. I got Donphan slowly dying, and Infernape's kind of low. Going for the Moonblast here. I think I take this very well. So I'm able to take this, pop the Citrus, and then, after a good meal there, I'm able to take 2 hits, so I can, do 2 Earthquakes. But because of the sticky web prior, that thing is faster than me, which would have been even better if I was faster than it. Probably would have been able to get off an extra attack, maybe, or if I shouldn't even stealth rock. Don't want to think about it like that. So in one fellow swoop, he pops a Citrus and his Wish, so he's back up to full after I do no damage. So that's just a perfect toxic stall right there. More poison damage, making to where the Moonblast would finish me off. So Donphan down. That thing's at full health. Nothing really happened on my part, and everything on his part happened. So bring out Jay-Z, trying to get this battle back into my favor. He keeps the Florges in, probably knowing he could live. And that's what ended up happening. I think my Infernape had Choice Band, so that's why you see, like, that was about 70% damage right there. It was pretty good. No, actually, now I see that was a Life Orb Infernape. So knowing he could take an attack, knowing that I'd be really low for 1 Moonblast, takes out Infernape. So now I'm down 2-1. So not really looking that well for me. Bring out Flygon. Flygon trying to save. So at this point, he just knows, okay, Florges can't really do all that much. He could try to Wish, try to take hits later, but he just sacks it off. Bring in a fresh Pokemon. My Flygon had Choice Band this time because I also had Sticky Web, so I really don't need the Choice Scarf on Flygon like how I normally run. So brings in Goodra. I don't know why I switched out. I should have just tried to just Earthquake this thing. Yeah, it could have been smarter to just go for anything. But I think I could have got some decent damage on it. But so bring in Blastoise for the Dragon Pulse. I really just thought I could Dragon Pulse that thing back with my own Blastoise. Even with my Mega Evolve. So as you can see, he also brings in Blastoise. He's like a really good UU guy. Like you're always gonna see Blastoise. You're always gonna see Florges. I mean, and I can't wait for the day when Florges goes into OU. It really should be. I don't want to see that Pokemon anymore, man. But so I saw didn't see the switch coming up until it's too late. I get a crit on the Dragon Pulse. That kind of swung the momentum back in my favor, which really helped because that Blastoise probably would have been able to take 2 hits, and then, it would have been just a Shock Blast combo. So, goes for the Rapid Spin, wants to get rid of the Stealth Rocks there. I really didn't care. None of his team really didn't just hurt that much from Stealth Rock anyway. He had no flying types. He had nothing like that. I could have broken some sashes, but no big deal there. So, go for the Aura Sphere. Never going to miss, so it's always going to hit. And there we go. Brings back out Espeon doesn't bring it back out. That was the first time seeing Espeon. Goes for a Psychic. You know, I take that like a boss, and Blastoise with the Dark Pulse, you know, extra Mega Launcher stuff. But then there is the weakness policy. I thought it was a Focus Sash for a second, and I would have been like, oh, if Stealth Rocks were out, I think Espeon would have died from the Dark Pulse. But I guess the thing had a little special defense on the side to take it. So bring out my Galvantula. Coming in on a bad switch there. He goes for a Psychic on Galvantula, and Galvantula can't take anything. That's why I always give him the Focus Sash. So as a desperation, goes for the Reflect. Seeing that now he could have been faster. He could have killed my Galvantula, which would have been like just absolutely terrible for me. So just go for the Bug Buzz. Didn't want to set a stealth Sticky Web. Sorry. Just take out the Espeon. So it brings out Goodra. Now here's where I believe I go for a Bug Buzz. I thought I went for a Sticky Web. Probably. Now I'm thinking about it. But man, should I come for a Sticky Web? I don't know. So I got a crit there. The special tank Goodra not really doing much. Trying to just get as much damage as I could. I think now I thought about it, any kind of entry hazard really wasn't going to matter. The rest of his Pokemon were just slow. So here's Verlisify Snorlax. Now, I got a pretty good setup on here, and then one big mistake. So he first starts off with the Focus Blast. That super effective mega critical hit gets me down pretty darn low. At this point, I'm like biting my teeth. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I got critted with a Focus Blast. That's what everything. My brother hates any kind of Focus Blast or critical hit. So, not risking the Focus Blast to miss, he goes for a Dragon Pulse that doesn't kill because I did go for a stockpile. Rule number one, you always want to stockpile, stockpile, stockpile. Me and my brother, we both see that kind of, you know, true. So this is a Resto Chesto. After I get the rest, go back up to full. I know I can take a Focus Blast because I got the stockpile, and I know that that thing won't crit again. And look at that, I took it like a boss. My special defense does fall, which kind of sucks, so I still go for a stockpile and get +1 special defense and +2 defense, so doing pretty good here. I'm thinking that I could get away with another stockpile. I do, and I got lucky with the Focus Blast, and there we go. On the next turn, I believe I mess up heavily, taking a free hit from the Focus Blast, and then going for a Belly Drum, which just, you know, even with full stockpiles, not really working out. So I could have gone for a rest, then a Belly Drum. My mistake that I am so new to Snorlax. Go for the Belly Drum anyway, and I'm not as fast. Now I'm starting to think maybe I should have set up Sticky Web with Galvantula. Maybe I could have worked in some switches to make Goodra a bit slower for Snorlax to make that work out, but that is just all ifs there. So here comes Flygon, trying to save it here. Going for the Outrage. Definitely going to kill the especially defensive Goodra with a physical, super effective attack. Could have lived. Kind of could have lived at any time. I'm not even, you know, I don't even want to know. Goodra's tanky. The Florges was tanky. We had problems. So his last Pokemon was Noivern. That thing, he had some dragon hate. He had the Florges and he had both 2 dragon types. So me having a slower dragon than him, not really working out. So Anthony, you know, give me a really good first battle here. My last Pokemon here was Blastoise. I knew I wasn't fast enough. Sticky Web wasn't going to matter. His, it probably could have been Specs. Now it's just, you know, repeated Dragon Pulses there. So that was battle number 1. You will see on the same episode of number 66 Singles Spectacular 37. This is part 1. You will see part 2 tomorrow and part 3 the next day. I got another great battle to show you guys later on in the day, actually, now that I think about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. Good luck in all your next battles, and as always, I'll see you guys next time, which will be pretty darn soon. See ya.